Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, I'm Division Chief Ron Thomas, that's RONTHOMAS. I'm going to provide a brief update on a critical incident that occurred earlier this evening about the 4200 block of Alcott. So just a few minutes before 11 o'clock Saturday night, officers were called to the 4200 block of Alcott. I reported an individual, unknown individual on a porch that they did not belong at. Officers responded to that location, and as they approached that location, officers were fired upon. One officer was struck and went down at that location. Fellow officers were able to secure that individual, begin rendering aid, called for an ambulance who was able to respond quickly. The suspect was able to evade capture at that time. As I said, the ambulance responded fairly quickly and was able to transport that officer in critical condition here to Denver Health Medical Hospital, where they are currently in surgery. At the hospital, we've been able to greet this individual's family, the officer's family. Both myself, Chief Payson, Executive Director Murphy Robinson were able to comfort the family as they're grieving the situation involving the officer, who's currently undergoing care right now in the hospital. Back at the scene, we've got several block radius covered. We do not know if we have a suspect in custody. We do have a number of individuals of interest that have been detained, but there is an ongoing search to make sure that we capture the individual that was involved in this incident.
Was the officer able to talk with his family? Were they able to go
No, he's been in surgery for a number of hours now.
And do we know where on the leg, upper, lower?
Lower extremities is about as best a detail as I can provide at this time.
And why did it seems like there was no sort of talking, it just all of a sudden he just shot the police officer?
Yeah, so there's an investigation that's going on right now to determine exactly what happened. We're not certain if officers actually made contact with the individual, if they were fired upon as they were approaching.
So when we were both there, there's, like you mentioned, just tons of police officers from all sorts of jurisdictions. Have they been able to get them? Have they been able to find someone since we left about an hour ago?
Again, that's unknown. There's still extensive searches going on in the area right now. We have, as I said, contacted some individuals of interest, but we have not verified that we have a suspect in custody.
Was this police officer by himself?
No, he was with other officers.
I guess how many blocks are currently kind of?
I would say several block radius surrounding the area of about 42nd and Alcott.
And so why are like Adams County and Arvada and so many officers just how it works when an officer gets shot? They all.
Well, I think in this particular incident, because we want to make sure that we capture the suspect, and there is quite a large perimeter that we've secured, we just want to make sure that we have individuals at each one of those intersections to make sure that it's locked down properly. So we did solicit the assistance of other jurisdictions.
So if I had to give a guesstimate, I would have told my people, man, there must have been 100 police officers there. Is that fair to say, or do we even know?
I couldn't tell you the number of officers. A significant number, certainly.
Neighbors in that area, people are probably up right now looking out their window. Feel like you guys have a pretty good handle? Would you tell people to stay in their home, or how would you tell the neighbors around there?
I think it's probably best to stay in your homes. We do believe that we have a secure perimeter. Unknown again at this time if we have a suspect that's in custody, but we are continuing to search, and we'll certainly let the public know when we release that perimeter.
I'm sure police officers are, there must be a sigh of relief. I'm guessing because he's going to be okay. But what is the feeling? What's the feeling, you guys, about?
Well, again, the officer's in critical condition, so we are still holding our breath a little bit, hoping that he's going to pull through and be okay. We're certainly very hopeful, thankful that he's here at Denver Health Medical, receiving the best treatment possible. But this is always something that is very, I think it shakes us all to the core when one of our own is injured.
Can you tell how long he's been on the department with the crew?
About 5 years.
5 years. Okay. Is there anything else you want to mention for our viewers or your department or anything you want to?
No, just we just encourage everyone to pray for this officer.